Chapter 5. The meaning of the Twelvefold conditioned co-arising. Reality is unchanging, and inherently has no marks of coming or going. The nature of phenomena is to conform to habitual tendencies and function in the realm of distinctions. Therefore, causes and results of the three ways of craving, karma, and suffering alternate without rest. If one is deluded concerning this reality, this inflames the cycle of birth and death. If one understands this meaning, the bonds of suffering are severed forever. The essential techniques for transcending this triple world are in this chapter. Now, I shall clarify the meaning briefly in 4 parts. First, listing the terms. Second, scriptural support. Third, correct interpretations. And fourth, classification into crude and subtle. List of terms. Question: what are the individual terms for the links of twelvefold conditioned co-arising? Answer: 1. Ignorance. 2. Volitional activity. 3. Consciousness. 4. Name and form. 5. The 6 senses. 6. Contact. 7. Experience. 8. Passion. 9. Attachment. 10. Existence. 11. Rebirth. And 12. Decay and death. Question: how many kinds of twelvefold conditioned co-arising are there? Answer: there are 4 kinds of twelvefold conditioned co-arising. Question: what are these 4? Answer: 1. Twelvefold conditioned co-arising conceptually understood as arising and perishing. 2. Twelvefold conditioned co-arising conceptually understood as neither arising nor perishing. 3. Twelvefold conditioned co-arising beyond conceptual understanding, yet arising and perishing. And 4. Twelvefold conditioned co-arising as beyond conceptual understanding and neither arising nor perishing. Question: why do you discuss 4 interpretations of conditioned co-arising? Answer: the 2 types of conditioned co-arising that are conceptually understood are discussed for the sake of those clever and dull faculties within this triple world. The 2 types of conditioned co-arising that are beyond conceptual understanding are discussed for the sake of those of clever and dull faculties in the trans-worldly realm. Scriptural support. Question: is there any textual evidence for these 4 interpretations of conditioned co-arising? Answer: the Siddharma Smrtyupasthana Sutra says that an artist paints all shapes by distributing the 5 colors. There are incalculable beautiful and ugly pictures. The basis for these images is discovered in the hand of the artist. The Ying Lo Ching says that ignorance is the condition for volitional activity. Thus, the 12-fold links of conditioned co-arising arise, and so forth, until rebirth, which is the condition for decay and death, and thus the 12-fold links of conditioned co-arising arise again. This is evidence for 12-fold conditioned co-arising, conceptually understood as arising and perishing. The Suvarna Prapasa Sutra says, quote, the essential mark of ignorance is that of fundamentally lacking self-nature. It has existence only as the confluence of deluded conceptualizations concerning that which conditionally co-arises. Thus I explain it, and I call it ignorance. Volitional activity, consciousness, name and form, the 6 senses, contact, experience, passion, attachment, existence, rebirth, decay and death, deluded sorrows, multifarious suffering, and karmic deeds are beyond conceptual understanding. The cycle of birth and death is limitless. Revolving transmigration never rests. Fundamentally, there is no arising, nor is there any confluence of immoral thoughts or creation of mental activity. Close quote. This is evidence for 12-fold conditioned co-arising, conceptually understood as neither arising nor perishing. The Avatamsaka Sutra says, quote, the mind, like a skillful painter, creates the various aggregates. In all the world, there is nothing that does not follow the creations of the mind. Close quote. the Ratna Gotravib Aghas says, quote, "There are 4 obstacles for those who dwell in the undefiled realm: conditions, marks, rebirth, and destruction. Conditions refers to fundamental ignorance, which becomes the condition for volitional activity. Marks refers to the combination of ignorance and volitional activity, which causes further rebirth. Rebirth refers to the combination of fundamental ignorance and undefiled deeds, which causes the rebirth of the 3 types of mind-born bodies. Destruction refers to the 3 types of mind-born bodies as the conditions for birth and death, which is an inconceivable transformation." Close quote. This is evidence for 12-fold conditioned co-arising, beyond conceptual understanding, yet arising and perishing. The Mahaparinirvana Sutra says, quote, 12-fold conditioned co-arising is called the Buddha nature. Close quote. This is evidence for 12-fold conditioned co-arising as beyond conceptual understanding and neither arising nor perishing.